Stampers, this is Dawn from DawnStampingThoughts.net, and we're going to make another matchbox like the one that we made last week. Let me show you the one we're going to make today. Isn't it cute? So you're going to pull it, and it's going to pop up on the inside. Don't you love it? And then it also holds a gift card. So this is a larger matchbox, which you can tell. And then I also made this one with the 4th of July theme with stars. Okay, but we're going to make this one today. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here are the pieces we're using. The Whisper White piece is cut at 5 7/8 by 8 3/4. This piece of Whisper White is cut at 8 by 8. And then this piece of Daffodil Delight is cut at 3 1/2 by 5 3/4. And then this designer paper is called Sweet Taffy. And this piece is going to layer over top of the Daffodil Delight. And this is cut at 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then the inside of the box is going to be lined with the designer paper. And this is cut at 3 1/4 by 5 11/16. Alright, and then you're going to need another piece of Whisper White. I'm going to cut this with you. But this is cut at 3 1/4 by however long. We're going to need a couple panels here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the wrap. The Whisper White piece, remember, is cut at 5 7/8 by 8 3/4. And we're going to score this at a 1/2 inch. 4 1/8, 4 5/8, and then 8 1/4. Okay, so 1/2 inch, 4 1/8, 4 5/8, and then 8 1/4. That's going to make your wrap for your box. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to grab the piece of Whisper White cut at 8 by 8, and we're going to grab the envelope punch board. Okay, so we're going to start with the very first line on your measurement. And that's going to be at 2 3/4. You're going to punch and score. Okay, so then you're just going to go ahead and follow your score line. So you're going to turn it and line up the tail with your previous score line here. Let me see. There we go. Punch and score. Line it up. And score. Okay, so now we're back to where we started. Now we're going to line this line up with 3 1/2 inch score line. Then we're going to punch and we're going to score. Okay, so once we did our 3 1/2 inch score line, now we're going to turn it and now we're going to follow that score line. Not paying any attention to the line, the measurement up above. So punch and score. Now this one's going to be on the inside. I'm going to follow that one, line it up with your tail, punch and score. This one's going to be on the outside. Punch and score. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and cut the little squares on the ends. There's 4 of them. So cut those. Okay, so now we're going to put glue dots on these little 4 tabs here. But first we're going to go ahead and fold all the score lines. So let's go ahead and do that first. Okay, so now we're going to bring our envelope punch board back in. And remember on the little box that we made last week, we had a little pull here. Same thing with this one. It's got a little pull there. So we're going to fold the very first score line. And let me fold that so it slides under there really good. Okay, so now we're going to take this line right here and we're going to line it up at 1 3/4. That should be right in the center of your little tab here. So we're going to punch through 2 layers of cardstock this time, so you're going to have to use both hands probably. Okay, so there's your little pull. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add our glue dots to each of the 4 corners. Okay, so now we're going to fold, remember like last week, we folded the very first score line, right? And then we're going to fold it again on that second score line. So it's going to make your little edge of your little slider box. So you're going to do all 4 sides just like that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add some fast fuse to the outside flaps. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put our box together. Okay, so I'm going to start with the smallest end, so I'm just going to fold this over, tuck it, and press down. And then the larger side. Okay, so there's our little box, the insert part. Alright, then we're going to take our designer paper. And remember, this is 3 1/4 by 5 11/16. And I'm going to put some fast fuse on this also. I'm going to just lay this right inside the box. Super cute. Alright, then we're going to take our cover. And I'm just going to lay this right inside. And then it's just going to give me some stability to make sure that gets adhered. So I'm just going to put some fast fuse along this edge here. Okay, so like that. Okay, so then this is going to make your box. Alright, so now to make the pop-up sections, let me grab the Whisper White piece. This piece is cut at 3 1/4. Okay, so then you're going to score this at 1/2 inch and then cut at 1 inch. I'm using the measurements along this side here because it's a little bit easier. So score at 1/2 inch and then cut at 1 inch. And you might want to do 2 or 3. I'm using 2. This one has the 3 pop-ups. And then this one uses the 2. Okay, so then you're just going to go ahead and fold on your score lines. And I'm going to use, once again, the fast fuse. Okay, so for this one here, I used the 2. And you might want to start with your little gift card. If you want to put a gift card in here, use that as your base. Put that inside the box, and then with the sticky side down, I'm just going to pick that up and put it inside of that little lip there, so I know I got a good fit. And it's going to slide that gift card right in there. I'm just going to line that up. If you have 3 pop-ups, you're just going to have to space them, you know, so you get 3 to fit in there. I'm just going to put the other one right here. Okay. And then I just used the Pansy Punch and the Petite Petals Punch with the basic rhinestones and the matching colors, and also in the Sweet Taffy designer paper. And then I just added some fast fuse on a couple of the petals and just kind of built them up so they fold onto each other like that. And then you're just going to slide that into your box just like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so let's go back to this box here. I'm going to decorate it with the designer paper here. Like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so then here's this one. I'm just going to fold it down and slide it in, just like that. It'll pop up. Okay, and then here's the star one. Okay, so that's how you make that pop-up matchbox. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye!